Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon in Libra, September 25th, 2022, psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch your rising sign and your moon sign in this video. So you may want to watch the entire video all the way through, depending on what elements your sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign are, because this entire reading could be speaking to you. So you might want to watch the whole thing. And remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you may want to check that out. So like I said, you may want to watch the whole entire reading. But before I get started on the psychic crystal part of your reading, I want to give you a little bit of astrology information I researched for you about this new moon in Libra. From the energy of this new moon in Libra, September 25th, 2022, we may feel more positive and also ready and willing to pursue our dreams and ambitions. Just like the balancing scales of justice, we may feel the need and desire to have equilibrium and balance in our relationships of all kinds and find ways to be more cooperative with each other. Communications with others will be high, and we may use these as opportunities to grow and expand our lives and our personal selves. This Libra new moon will inspire many to make big changes. Peace and harmony will be of utmost importance, as well as having balance in our lives. We will appreciate the value of others more, especially in relationships. This will require our energy and devotion to achieve these aims. Since this Libra new moon is opposite Jupiter, we need to be careful of overemphasizing things to the point of overdoing it and overindulgence. We may also find ourselves negotiating with others over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but these energies will be the strongest in the days right around the new moon. So now on to the psychic crystal part of this video. And I'm starting with the earth signs. This will be Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. I feel that the earth signs may feel like things are unsettled or wonky in their life. Either you're going to feel like off balance or, discombobulated, or you're going to feel like energies of things going on around you are that way, or a combination of the two. Some of you earth signs may be inspired to speak out of some injustice you see happening. And this could be some injustice you see in your family, some injustice you see in a work situation, or even out in the world. Or, like even with a love partner, you may feel like there's injustice or imbalance in a relationship. Some of you earth signs are going to find that this new moon in Libra is inspiring you to be more creative. You may be like, hey, I used to draw and I haven't drawn in years. And you may take out your watercolors or ink pens or whatever it is you like to create, or it doesn't have to be art, but something that you did in the past that was creative. Maybe it's needlepoint. Maybe it was, painting signs or something. I don't know. But you may rake that out again over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. Some of you earth signs are going to be seeking justice in a situation. And when my guides say this, I get this like feeling of being like agitated. So, you know, you could be having trouble with a neighbor or an ex-boss, or you know, you could be separating, getting divorced, or there could be legal things going on if you're settling an estate and there's siblings that have to settle it, or other people. So you may feel like there's some kind of injustice going on, and you may want to do something legal about it. Some of you earth signs. Obviously, that's not going to apply to all of you. I see you earth signs spelling out something, and you're going to win. Now, if you have an earth sign child that's in a spelling bee, they could be spelling something correctly in the end and winning. But it could be something that you're spelling out about, like what your wants and needs are, and your partner delivers, or you're expressing to a current employer or a potential future employer. You're spelling out exactly like the hours you can work and what you need it to be comfortable at your job, and you win. They're going to give it to you. So spelling something out and winning comes up for some of you earth signs. Some of you earth signs that give predictions, or even just had your own psychic intuition and impression about something, and you doubted yourself, you're going to get clarification and confirmation and vindication that you were right about. It could even be just your own opinion on something that you told somebody, but then you were like, I don't know, was that good advice or not? You're going to find out you were right. But for many of you, it was like a premonition, a prediction. You're going to find out you were right. Some of you are going to get a raise, and it could be a really big one. And some of you earth signs are going to try something out that could be like a new product, or a new medicine, or a new diet, or a new exercise regime, or something. Like I said, could be product, could be medicine, could be new food, could be exercise regime, or could be something new, and it's going to be great for you. It's going to work out for you. You may find your caution is, though, earth signs, you may be really erratic over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, and especially around the days around the new moon. Your thoughts, emotions could be kind of erratic. Another caution for the earth signs is some of you earth signs want to believe somebody so badly, but you have question in your mind whether they're telling you the truth or not. But you want to believe them so badly, I'm going to tell you they are not being honest with you. So don't fall into the trap of like trying to convince yourself. If you suspect it already, and you're correct. Some of you earth signs need to be careful. Here's another caution from this new moon. You could have stomach trouble, stomach ache. It could be a bug. It could be something you ate. It could be, I don't know that you're going to get food poisoning, but you may have an upset stomach, or your stomach may ache. That kind of energy comes up here. So those are all the things I got for the earth signs. And remember, earth signs, so I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. If you would like to get more specific information for your sign, for your specific sign, not just by the elements, for the month of September, and then next month it will be October, I always post those links down below in the description box in the Show More section, which is the little drop-down arrow. Sometimes I see it so clearly on the computer, but on the phone, some people may not see it. There's a little drop-down arrow in the corner. If you press on that, all my video series links are going to show up below. You'd look for that psychic crystal reading for You can get what, I don't know which ones will be under there. Maybe even August will be under there, September. I don't think October will be ready yet. It won't be ready yet. But you want to find out more? And these predictions go out in time. Remember, like just because I get it in September, or it was a psychic crystal reading I did for August or July, sometimes it doesn't happen for people right away. So you may want to check that out. Sometimes these things come up later, even a year later. So just keep that in mind. And you can go to my website, theluckymermaid.com videos page. Click on that and you can scroll down and just look for that psychic crystal reading for whatever month you want. Click on the zodiac sign you want, and that link will take you to those videos on Vimeo. So now on to the elements of fire. Water. I don't want to go out of order because when that happens, it throws me. So now I'm going on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You could feel for the next 2 weeks to 30 days, water signs, like you're completely standing still. You may feel like not a lot of action is happening. You may feel stuck, bored, or just like things are not happening. Some of you water signs may want to challenge somebody. This could be like somebody's opinion or something, somebody's opinion or some cause or some political debate or, I don't know. There's many things that are being debated in the world these days. I mean, come on, seriously. You could talk about it all day, about all the, what this side says, what that side says. It goes endlessly. You water signs may find that you want to debate someone. Could be a group of people, could be an individual. I get that some of you water signs are going to be irritated by a crying baby. This could be your neighbor's baby if you live in an apartment. If you're babysitting somebody's baby, they could be crying a lot. It could be your own baby. If it's not a crying baby, it could be somebody, like maybe it's not an actual baby, but somebody being upset. You may get drained or tired or exhausted of hearing somebody emoting, but especially crying babies for the water signs. Maybe you're flying on a plane. Oh my Lord. And you're dealing with I'm not laughing at you, but I've had that experience. So I know that's not fun in a plane for a few hours. Some of you water signs are going to feel like you want to raise your frequencies up and raise up your vibrations. You may want to do this through meditation. It could also be through some other spiritual practice or some other thing that you do. Maybe you like to swim and that raises your vibration, or jogging, or some kind of exercise. Physical exercise does raise your frequencies and vibrations. So I feel that some of you water signs are going to do that through some type of physical activity. Or it could even be like taking ginseng or something that you have heard about, some herb or something that gives you that feeling. Some of you water signs may start your own club, group, or organization, or class, or group during the next 2 weeks or up to 30 days. And it could be in anything, something you're good at. Maybe you're great at knitting and you want to start a knitting circle, a knitting group. Maybe you're great at psychic development and tarot reading, or cooking, or some other skill, and you want to start some group, a meetup group, or a club, or maybe you like tennis and you want to start your own tennis club, or you like kayaking and you want to have a kayaking club or a canoeing club. That kind of thing comes up for the water signs. I feel in some cases, I don't know how long it'll last. It's not a private reading, but some of you water signs are going to triple your income. And it could be through a stock you own, some stocks you own. It could be through some other type of investment. It could be from some gig you do or extra work you take on. I'm not sure what's actually making it happen. If you are a water sign and you get something appraised, or you want to sell something and you are looking around to see what other people are getting for the same type of house or car or boat or object, you're going to find like something you have, could even be something you grew up with, something you had as a kid, or something you got from a relative, or you got it at a flea market. Whatever it is, something you have, you're going to find really, really greatly increased in value. Be careful, the water signs, of overeating. Try not to overeat over the next 30 days. Be very careful if you feel like, I'm really nimble. I'm nimble as a thimble. I can walk on this curb and I'm not going to fall, and you're going to fall off and break your ankle. Or you're going to climb up a ladder, or, do something you haven't done in a really long time, exercise-wise. Take some dance steps you used to do. Be careful of your feet and ankles, because I see water sign people turning their ankle or falling over off of something. So, unless it's something you do on a regular basis, don't try to do something physical you haven't been doing in a while. And be careful of who you seek advice from, because I feel that some of you water signs have a possibility of talking to somebody that you're kind of looking for a confirmation or an uplifting experience in a conversation, or like I said, or advice. And they're either going to make you feel bad about yourself or put you down. So be real careful who you are seeking advice from for the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So at the end, I always give the cautions. And like I said, I hope this reading was of help to you. I hope these messages made sense to the water sign. I just want to throw in here, like I did for the earth signs, if you want to get more information, you can get my psychic crystal readings for the month of September or other months that go back in the past. I haven't recorded October yet. That link is down below in the description box in the Show More section, and you can also get it on my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page. Look for the psychic crystal reading of whatever month you want. Click on the zodiac sign you want, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. And like I said, they're more detailed than what you're going to get here. I look at more things, and it goes on for a lot, like double the time I'm looking at in this video. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You fire signs, I feel, are going to be inspired to want to break old habits or change routines from the energy of this Libra new moon. I feel like some of you fire signs are really going to be taking a lot of risks and chances over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. It could be literally gambling online or in the casinos, but it's also like gambling of other kinds, like even like maybe buying something sight unseen, that kind of thing could come up for some of you fire signs. Some of you fire signs I'm picking up want to rehash something with an old friend, or it could be a relative or a coworker, but it really feels like a friend. And when I get rehash something, I feel like you almost want to bring up an old argument or something that wasn't settled between you and somebody else. It's like you want to dig it back up again because you feel like either you weren't heard, or you really want the other person to see your point really strongly, or you just feel like it was left dangling with no resolution. I feel that some of you fire signs are also going to spend some time in quiet introspection and are going to be assessing like where you made mistakes, where you went wrong in relationships in particular, but also, and it could be relationships of all kinds, you know, that doesn't just mean a love relationship. It could be family relationships, friend relationships, but any kind of relationships. I see you being very introspective and thinking back at the past, like where you went wrong, where they went wrong, where things, you know, but it's more like looking at where you feel like you did the wrong thing or said the wrong thing or made the wrong choice. Some of you fire signs are going to find out that you're expecting a baby. And if it's not you, it could be somebody really close to you. And it could be another fire sign person, sun, moon, or rising fire sign if it's not you. But I get like news of a baby coming. And I really feel like for some of you, it is to you. But obviously, there's many people that that would not apply to. I do get that for some of you fire signs, communications do get negotiations, communications, there's some kind of conclusions to things. So those of you that wanted to rehash something with a friend, I do feel it actually does get concluded. So I would advise you to do it. I feel that some of you fire signs are going to find something that's of value. And I feel for some of you, it's a stone. It could be a diamond. It could be a precious gemstone. Now, finding it, are you walking along and finding it? It could be. Do you have a metal detector and you're down on the beach or you're out somewhere and you're scanning for stuff? It could be. But it could be even if you're like at a gem show or at some particular place and people are selling things, you could find some very valuable stone. Either find it or find it at a really ridiculously cheap price. It could even be a gemstone that's good for healing for you or helpful to you in some way. That's why you find it. For some of you fire signs, your caution is you have to be careful you're dipping into your savings, and you need to be very, very cautious of doing that. I'm not saying don't spend your money. I'm not saying don't get things you need or even things you want. But if you really are starting to notice like you're dipping into your savings, be cautious of that. Also, be careful for the fire signs you're not making mountains out of molehills, which did come up in the astrology part. Because when I researched it, I did hear you are prone to exaggerating. Any of us could be prone to exaggerating or overemphasizing or overindulging. And I'm getting that strongly here for you fire signs. Also be careful, fire signs, that over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you don't leap into something too quickly, especially a romantic relationship. But it could also be a contract that you sign, which could be for contractors to do your work at your house, roofers to re-roof your windows, a contract you sign to do work for somebody else where you're the one doing the work for them, or a company. Be very careful of jumping into things, especially relationships and especially signing contracts. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As I said for the other elements, sorry, you have to listen to it too. You can skip ahead if you want. If you want to get more detailed information from my spirit guides that I get through this crystal, at the beginning of every month, I do psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. After I do the psychic tarot readings on YouTube on your sign, I then shut the video off and go on to the crystal. These video links are posted down below in the description box in the Show More section, and they're also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page. Scroll down, find the crystal readings you want, click on the zodiac sign you want, and it'll take you to that video on Vimeo. So now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Some of you air signs are really going to feel like you want more You either want more stuff, more money, or more out of your life, or more of anything. I don't know what. I feel that some of you air signs are going to think about changing your diet or your routines or some kind of scheduling, but especially even like what you eat, what times you eat, how you eat, but it doesn't have to just be with eating. It could be routine about what time you get up in the morning, what time you go to work, what time you go to bed, like schedules changing, routines changing, and possibly for many of you, diet changing. Some of you, air signs, want to stake your claim to something and purchase something that could be quite large. It could be largely expensive, or it could be actually something large, like a home. I don't know what it is, but I get, staking your claim to something. So that could mean even going through an auction to get it, or, when you put a bid on a house, how, people are going to fight you for the bid, like there could be a bidding war. That kind of thing could come up for the air signs over the next 30 days. Some of you air signs are going to be seeking guidance about how you can fix or cure something. So if there's something broken in your house or in your vehicle or broken in yourself, something that doesn't feel good about yourself or some medical condition, you are going to be seeking out somebody to fix it. So think about that. There's a lot of people that could fix things that you may need. It'll be different for all of you what needs fixing. I feel like air signs have like a good chance of success right now. Things could be like stepping up the ladder or skyrocketing for you. Your career could skyrocket. Your notoriety, positive notoriety could skyrocket. Your it could even be like friendship circle. Like socially you could be skyrocketing. I don't know, but like skyrocketing and successful energy about something. But for many of you, I feel like it's more like what you do for a living, your work, your life's mission, or your career is where it really feels focused for you, air signs. I feel that some of you, if you're working, you could get a promotion and maybe even a really big one. I also get that for the air signs that you could receive something of great value that could be an antique. That's, I feel like you either trash pick it, get a great deal on it and find it somewhere, or somebody is giving it to you, which is what I feel like for most of you. So you could get some kind of valuable antique of some sort. The air signs, one of the cautions is be careful you don't jump to conclusions about stuff. Somebody may not answer a text and you may be mad about it, but don't jump to conclusions that they're up to no good. Something could be tying them up where they can't answer you. Or don't jump to conclusions. Like that's just, there's so many factors you could jump to a conclusion about. Just try to check yourself if you start to notice you're like getting like, oh, that's the reason. Just chill. Whoa, this is an interesting one. The air signs need to be careful. If you have a warped sense of humor, or you say something that's really off color, like really, I don't know, like smart alecky, sarcastic, like maybe kind of like an off-color joke, something too risque for like what the group that you're surrounded by. Be careful, because that could backfire on you. Air signs really need to listen to that, because my guides were like really wanted me to impress upon you air signs about that. Also, the air signs need to be careful of contradicting yourself. So you don't want to be a hypocrite. You could say one thing and then you turn around and say the opposite. Is be careful of contradicting yourself over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So that was, in the end, was the cautions for the air signs. So like I said, for all the signs out there, if you would like to get your psychic crystal reading for September or August or July, those links will be down below in the description box, where I give you more specific predictions and messages from my spirit guides. Now, October isn't done yet. When I finish October readings, I will actually add that link under this video, but they're not done yet. So thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe if you would like to see more content like this and to help my channel grow. And share this video with others whom you feel could benefit from hearing the psychic messages and predictions from my spirit guides. And if you find my spirit guides messages and predictions informative or even just entertaining, you may want to consider getting the special videos I record for my Vimeo on-demand pages. Many people find them to be very accurate for them and helpful, and you may as well. All of my most recently recorded videos, those links are always posted down below in the description box in the Show More section. And they're also, the links for these videos are also posted on my website at www.theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. Now, the most recently recorded video series I've recorded for my Vimeo on-demand pages are my Mars retrograde psychic tarot scopes for 2022, 2023. These videos contain 4 tarot cards, 1 animal totem card, and 1 gemstone crystal. The first card is going to be what's happening in your life during Mars retrograde. The second card will be what's the challenge for your sign during Mars retrograde. The third card will be the blessing that Mars retrograde is going to bring to you. And the fourth card will be the result of what went on, what's going to go on for you during the Mars retrograde period, which we're in the shadow phase of it now. And the post-shadow phase of it will end around March 15th, 2023. So really, from September 3rd, around thereabouts, to around the middle of March 2023, that's a long time that Mars retrograde is affecting you, all of us. So you may want to see what I got there. I thought they were pretty interesting readings. You might also. And one of my most purchased video series, not my most requested, but my most up there in the top 3 or 4 of my most purchased video series is the Horseshoe Tarot Spread Psychic Tarot reading for 2022, 2023. There's 7 cards in that reading, and they really cover a lot of things going on in life. So you might want to check those videos out. And in my videos, I recommend here on YouTube, also on Vimeo, same thing goes. You know, if you can afford to get your rising sign and your moon sign, I would get your rising sign and your sun sign. I would get both of them if you can do that. And remember, one video is probably cheaper than the coffee you get at the famous coffee, places around that everybody goes to. I don't drink coffee, but I have sons that do. And, that coffee isn't going to give you predictions and messages from spirit guides. So if you want to skip coffee out for a day, you might want to get my videos, because you can watch them over and over and over again. I don't rent them out. You purchase them, you can watch them as long as they exist on Vimeo. Also, my psychic crystal readings for September 2022. That link is down below in the description box and on my website. Also, my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2022. Also, my career and finance, Psychic Tarot and crystal readings. Those go out 12 to 18 months from April of 2022 through the end of October of 2023. There's a lot of time left. We haven't even gotten to October of 2022 yet. And those career and finances go all the way out to October of 2023. My What's Lucky and New for You in 2022, Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings. We're not done 2022 yet. You want to see what's lucky and new for you in the rest of this year? You can check that out. And these predictions, like I say, they are not always confined completely in a box to the time frame I am setting forth to my guides. They often go beyond it. So you just check out the links below. You can go to my website, see what videos I have available. And if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see in a video format on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. Also on my community page that I put on YouTube, I've started adding my daily tarot pulls or oracle card or crystal readings there as well, because some people don't want to be on social media. I heard a lot of people tell me that they didn't want to use those social websites, so they're glad they're on the YouTube community page. So be on the lookout for that. And please know that I am not contacting anybody on the comments section under my YouTube videos. I'm not contacting anybody on Instagram or on Facebook and soliciting anybody for a reading. I have a very long wait list and a very long cancellations list. To get on that, you would have to follow the directions on my website on the scheduling page. So if somebody's contacting you randomly, it is not me, it's a fraud. I've seen a couple people fall for it. So don't. I don't want to see you lose your money. I really don't. So just know, and you don't need to DM me because I can't answer everybody that asks me, is this you? Is this your account? No, it's not. If somebody's contacted you, it's completely not. And the only way to stop it is for you to block it and for you to report it. I've blocked it. I try to block them. I've reported them and they still continue. And I don't see some of the certain platforms don't do anything about it. So you just have to be very careful yourself. Also, if you would like to make a donation to this channel and support the psychic readings I do here, I have a donation link down below underneath all the video series I've recorded, links that I have there for you. And that link for donations is connected to PayPal. And I want to thank you so very much to those of you who have been very kind and generous and donated to my channel. It does mean a lot to me and it does help me a lot. So thank you so much for that. So I hope you all the signs of the zodiac out there have absolutely super energy that comes to you from this new moon in Libra, September 25th, 2022. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.